I first got started in animation completely by accident. I wanted to be a pilot, but I'm actually completely colourblind, so that was never going to work. I started studying photography, and my best friend was doing foundation art, and he had an animation lecture, which I gate crashed with him. And all of a sudden, everything that I liked sort of lined up and lit all my fires creatively, and the rest is history, as they say. I got myself into film school and studied animation because of that one chance encounter.
Tell us about how your skills developed and things you did at film school.
Yeah, so to get into film school, I created a showreel. When I studied animation, there was only 2 degree courses, so it was quite hard to get into the courses. And it was very practical. There was just a lot of practice, a lot of drawing, a lot of observation, a lot of life drawing, animation tests, learning the craft really, just going over and over and over it again. And slowly but surely then learning how to put character and expression into the mechanics of the basics of animation.
When I was young going through school, I had a lot of trouble because I'm quite dyslexic, so quite quickly I put more of my efforts into things I could do, which were art and sport and drama. So when I finished my GCSEs, I went to a school that allowed me to do just art and just theatre studies. Coming off the back of that, I really had 2 choices in my head, which was to be an actor from the theatre studies or a fine artist. During some particularly good careers advice, I was told they're both pretty much dead-end jobs, or you've got a long shot to ever make any money. So animation seemed to fit somewhere neatly in the middle, and it's just around the time Pixar were getting going, and I'd seen some of the great work they were starting to produce, and that inspired me to take it up as a full-time profession, or at least try and work my way towards that.
My path into what I'm doing now was somewhat convoluted. I didn't study film, I actually studied science, but while I was studying science, I started drawing posters for university events, and because that's all what I liked doing as a kid, as a sort of hobby, was drawing, but I didn't realise there was a career connected with that. So while I was at university, I got into drawing the posters, and then I thought, well, maybe instead of getting a job connected more closely with my scientific course, I could get a job connected with drawing things, because I really enjoy it. So I got a job thinking of ideas for adverts first, which was sort of what I was doing when I was drawing these posters. And then when I was thinking of ideas for adverts, I realised there were people that directed adverts, and they also tended to be the people that also directed music videos, the ones I liked anyway. And I started trying to direct my own music videos while I was working in this ad company. And then eventually I got this quite basic showreel together of very simple music videos and little test commercials, and somehow that got me represented by Blink, where I am now.
As a kid, I always drew cartoons. I always wrote plays, put them on for my parents and family and at school. And I always made little radio shows between 2 tape recorders. In fact, I was pretty sad. My first LP was BBC Sound Effects LP number 4. And for me, at the age of 14, I kind of realised that everything I was interested in came together in animation, working with actors, drawing cartoons, playing with sound. And so from the age of 14, I started to try and animate. Got into Liverpool Art College, spent 3 years there learning how to animate. From there, got into the National Film and Television School, made a film there. On leaving the National Film School, I formed this company with fellow student Chris O'Hare, and then it was now. So it's been a fairly straight trajectory with no plan B. So always loved animation and have continued to make animated shows ever since.